our feedback session. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So before I start my feedback, I just want to know from you what you felt about this interview. How is your experience?
Yeah, it was very good, ma'am. Many scenario questions where I need to think and then answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
so how much you want to rate yourself in this interview? Whatever you have answered, everything. How much you want to rate yourself on a scale of 10?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I did well, but I don't know about the rating.
Yeah, but no, you can give any rate because I asked you to give it. There's no problem in that.
Maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, 7 or 8. Or if I have any one number, if I ask you to choose.
Okay, 7.5.
Okay. Okay. So now I'll share my feedback. So starting from introduction. Introduction was quite good. You have highlighted your achievements, your skills, everything what you have done. But I think for introduction, I think in sales, mostly it is important to highlight the qualities that is required for the sales profile, your strength, your communication skills, everything. But getting a good score in GATE is okay, but don't say that I want to be a good teacher and all this time. You can say that when I perform the role or when I taught the students about GATE, that time I realized that I have a good convincing skills. And I can, I have done a lot of admission. So those skills made me, realize to be on this sales profile. But I will not say your introduction was bad. Your introduction was perfect. Yeah, but some points you need to highlight based on the sales profile. Okay. But other thing you can say that your score in GATE, your rank in GATE, which is really appreciable. And these things you should always, always share with the interviewer. That is good on me. So moving on to the scenario-based question. Yes, every points you have shared, it was all up to the mark. And the confidence you have in yourself is just amazing. This confidence is only required for the interview. Confidence is really good. And you have answered everything smartly, confidently. So everything was good. There's no point which I should mention which is wrong. Everything I find it was amazing. Answers were good. Answers were up to the mark. The way you have said that the radio will be a compliment. So in that time I was confused because there was nothing to do cross question. I had to accept the offer. And for the dress also, means in every answer I was confused actually. I mean, what cross question to do, because answers were on the point. Yeah, to be honest, every answer was good. Only fault I saw in this interview is your position. I think Vikas sir, I think mentioned in the chat also that this part is only visible. Yeah, your camera. It was not stable. It was shaking throughout the interview. So that is not a good sign. Okay. Yeah, you have to place a camera in such a way that this much of portion should be visible. Okay. And it should be straight. Upper portion. And it should be just straight. It should not move. It should not be like shaky type. Okay. Yeah, that is very much required. And for the interview, you need to look professional. I think look wise and present on. If I talk something about your presentation, I think it's good. Presentability and looking and professionality, everything was there, but the camera position was not perfect throughout the interview. And I found it was just a shaking type. So that is the thing which you need to work on. Fluency in English was superb. The way you convinced, everything was in a place. And your academics answers prove that you are a good teacher and you were a good teacher. Every question which I asked in academics was really good. You have explained everything. That is really required. When I asked you about the vitamin D, you have explained, how vitamin D works, what is vitamin D, what is photosynthesis, why it is required, and why it will not grow. So that is really nice. And then BDA questions, BDA questions were also good. But when we talk about the scenario-based questions in BDA, especially for the BDA role, there should be some more connectivity with the customer. You should have asked some more question to the customer. You have only asked that how is your child doing, and I think you asked how is your child doing and in which standard is your child is. So apart from that, you can also ask about the profession, that ma'am, are you a homemaker or you a teacher, who looks after the studies, and how much time can you give your child, and do you really think he is doing good, how is his concept clarity, how much time he gives in his studies. So all these things is required for the BDA question. That only will connect a repo. So repo is very much required for sale. Okay, that can only create a connection with the customer, which will help you, getting or building a trust with the customer. Then only the customer will trust you, when you will create a repo with them, when you will ask a lot of questions about them, about the child, about everything. So that you will also get an idea how smart is the parent, how to convince,